Varnachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Kishore Kishore Ki, Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Ki, Shri Gaura Nitai Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yaga Ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagvatam Ki, Samaveda Bhaktavrinda Ki. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga. Maybe I would still need cartels, so that just to keep the book opened. Although it's old Bhagavatam, but still looks very... Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today, 24th of May, which is Ekadashi Vrata, we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, chapter 4, the Hamsagohya prayers by Prajapati Daksha. Text number 31. Yachaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chesham muhur atma moham tasmai namo Ananta gunaya bhumne yachchattayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chesham muhur atma moham tasmai namo Ananta gunaya bhumne. Please. Yad Shaktaya, whose multifarious potencies. Vadatam, speaking different philosophies. Vadinam, of the speakers. Vai, indeed. Vivada, of argument. Samvada, and agreement. Bhuvaha, the causes. Bhavanti, are. Kurvanti, create. Cha, and. Esham, of them, the theorists. Moho, continuously. Atma moham, bewilderment regarding the existence of the soul. Tasmai, unto him. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Ananta, unlimited. Gunaya, possessing transcendental attributes. Bhumne, the all-pervading Godhead. Translation and purport of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, who possesses unlimited transcendental qualities. Acting from within the cores of the hearts of all philosophers who propagate various views, he causes them to forget their own souls while sometimes agreeing and sometimes disagreeing among themselves. So thus he creates within this material world a situation in which they are unable to come to a conclusion. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Purport. Since time immemorial, or since the creation of the cosmic manifestation, the conditioned souls have formed various parties of philosophical speculation. But this is not true of the devotees. Non-devotees have different ideas of creation, maintenance, and annihilation, and therefore they are called vadis and prativadis, which means proponents and counter-proponents. It is understood from the statement of Mahabharata that there are many munis or speculators. Tarko pratishta shrutayo vibhinna nasavrishirya matam nabhinam. All speculators must disagree with other speculators. Otherwise, why should there be many opposing parties concerned with ascertaining the supreme cause? Philosophy means finding the ultimate cause. As Vedanta Sutra very reasonably says, Atto Brahma Jigyasa. Human life is meant for understanding the ultimate cause. Devotees accept that the ultimate cause is Krishna because this conclusion is supported by all Vedic literature and also by Krishna himself. So, who says Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, and it means I am the source of everything. Devotees have no problem understanding the ultimate cause of everything. But non-devotees must face many opposing elements because everyone who wants to be a prominent philosopher invents his own way. In India, there are many parties of philosophers such as the Dvaitavadis, Advaitavadis, Vaisheshikas, Mimamsakas, and Mayavadis and Svabhavavadis, and each of them opposes the others. Similarly, in the Western countries, there are so many philosophers with different views of creation, life, maintenance, and annihilation. Thus, it is undoubtedly a fact that there are countless philosophers throughout the world, each of them contradicting the others. Now, one might ask, why there are so many philosophers and the ultimate goal of philosophy is one? If the ultimate goal of philosophy is one, why there are so many philosophers? Undoubtedly, the ultimate cause is one, the Supreme Brahman. As Arjuna told Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 10:12, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. You are the Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth and the eternal divine person. You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. Non-devotee speculators, however, do not accept an ultimate cause, sarvakarana karanam, because they are ignorant and bewildered concerning the soul and its activities, even though some of them have a vague idea of soul. Many controversies arise, and the philosophical speculators can never reach a conclusion. So all of these speculators are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 16, chapter 19-20, shlokas. Tan aham dvishata kruran samsarishu naradhaman kshipam yajasram ashubhan asurishv eva yonishu. Asurim yonim apanna mudha janmani mam aprapyeva kaunteya tatoyantya dharmam gatim. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest amongst men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life, attaining repeated birth among the species of demoniac life. Such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. So because of the envy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, non-devotees are born in demoniac families life after life. They are great offenders, and because of the offenses of the Supreme Lord, keeps them always bewildered. Kurvantichi sham muhur atma moham. The Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, purposely keeps them in the darkness, atma moham. The great authority Parashara, the father of Vyasadeva, explains the Supreme Personality of Godhead thus: Jnana Shakti Baleshvarya Viryat Jamsya Seshata Bhagavat Chabda Vachani Vina Heyer Gunadibhi. The demoniac speculators cannot understand the transcendental qualities, form, pastimes, strength, knowledge, and opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which are all free from material contamination. Vina Heyer Gunadibhi. These speculators are envious of the existence of the Lord, Jagad Ahur Anishvaram. Their conclusion is that the entire cosmic manifestation has no controller, but is just working naturally. Thus, they are kept in constant darkness, birth after birth, and cannot understand the real cause of all causes. This is the reason why there are so many schools of philosophical speculation. Yachaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chaisham muhur atma moham tasmai namo Ananta gunaya bhumne. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, who possesses unlimited transcendental qualities, acting from within the cores of the hearts of all philosophers who propagate various views. He causes them to forget their own souls, while sometimes agreeing and sometimes disagreeing amongst themselves. Thus, he creates within this material world a situation in which they are unable to come to conclusion. I offer my obeisances unto him. So, as we yesterday spoke already about the different levels of knowledge which Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, friend of Arjuna, explains him in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, saying that the contradictions exist at the level of Rajagun. And here we see that Prajapati Daksha After performing austerities, after accepting sannyas, and performing austerities of restricting himself from the external world, closing all the vrittas of senses, restraining himself from the sensual objects, just in order could get the darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared before him in 8 hands. Explains one of the aspects of process of self-realization and the realization of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, Srila Prabhupada in his purport says, Atato Brahma Jigyasa, the person who is going to start the process of self-realization, the process of Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, must start asking the questions of transcendental nature. Brahma Jigyasa should ask about Brahman, about spiritual nature. But such a person should have qualification. And this qualification in Bhagavad Gita is explained from the shloka Tadvidi Pranipatine Pariprashnena Sevaya Padikshanti Te Gyanam Gyaninas Tattvadarshinaha. You have to start asking the questions of the person who has the darshan of the absolute truth. Yeah, Gyaninas Tattvadarshinaha, who knows the tattva, the truth, absolute truth, from the person who has the darshan of it. How? Pariprashnena sevaya, by asking the questions in the mode of seva, of service, of devotional service. Otherwise, we see, on the other hand, here Daksha tells about the philosophers who are, as we see from the purport of Srila Prabhupada, envious. And in quite few shlokas, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he confirms Arjuna why he is giving this knowledge to him. Anyabhya suyate. Because you are non-envious to me, Arjuna, you are qualified to receive this knowledge. And proud philosophers who think that by the power of their intelligence, and yesterday we were speaking about the pragya aparat, yes? By the power of their intelligence. Some people in this world, especially in Kali Yuga, they are proud of their bodily strength. Yeah? They may be sportsmen, bodybuilders, and they're proud so much of their body. Some are proud of their art achievements. Some are writers, some are painters, some are musicians. Yeah? If we see some musicians, they really are proud of their popularity. And the scientists or philosophers or poets or writers, they are proud of their intellectual achievements. So this is just different levels of material qualifications, which actually are impediments on the spiritual path. Because those qualities like pride, arrogance, is the qualities which guarantee you degradation. What is it that is saying? Pride comes next. Pride comes before the fall. Yeah? So, if you see a person who is proud, well, we have to be sorry for him because we know his next step. He will kill himself, one way or the other. Actually, the arrogance and pride already killing that person. Doesn't matter how rich he is at the present, how popular he is at the present, how strong he is at the present. But we know from the wisdom that next step will be he is finished. So why to be envious of him? But we see that those type of philosophers, they take Supreme Personality of Godhead as a competitor. And we see from Bhagavatam, from different stories, like story of Hiranyakashipu. Yeah, he takes a vow to kill the god. Kamsa, he takes a vow to kill the god. So how stupid that could be? It's like, I don't know, from a material point of view, it's like take a vow to kill the ear in this room. You know, how can you? You cannot grab it. You cannot catch it. You are not in control of it. So the Lord is totally transcendental. You cannot grab him by material means. So how can you kill him? So then we see that those high philosophers, so those powerful, as they consider themselves powerful philosophers, they think that they can catch the Lord and control him by the power of austerities, by the power of mental speculation. They think that way. And they think that I will make the Lord my servant by supplying anything what I need, mystic powers and like that. So the devotee who has no problem accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, they only can see how stupid all those conditioned souls are, who are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are always in ignorance only because they can't accept one simple fact. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And yesterday we read Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he was giving us this famous shloka, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna is the cause of all causes. And today we read also that the Lord, Supreme Lord, is within the cause of hearts of all philosophers as well as the rest of the living entities. But they are not aware. Conditioned soul is not aware that the Lord is right in his heart. So this is just ignorance. But the simple fact of accepting Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, immediately opens the storehouse of wisdom, of knowledge for a devotee. Because Krishna in Gita, he says, I am the source of remembrance and forgetfulness. And we read today in the purport that Srila Prabhupada says, reciting the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that those demoniac, atheistic, conditioned souls, they're continuously casted down to the lowest species of life and lowest planetary system. Where we read from the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, materially those lower planetary system may be advanced like anything. They may have most comfortable materially, bodily life. Yes, they may they may not experience any suffering, any diseases, but they are totally ignorant towards any spiritual subject matter, and they have no concept of God. So what's the use of this so-called materially advanced life. What's the value? What's the value? If the person may be smart, may be intelligent, may be strong, may be beautiful, but is totally ignorant towards the spiritual subject matter. So we see that even the 6 sons of the Lord Brahma, they ridiculed him when he was chasing his own daughter, and immediately became degraded, having to take birth in the family of Hiranyakashipu, where they were killed by Lord Indra, by his Vajra weapon, and had to suffer so much. Then they had to take birth from the Devaki and be killed by Kamsa. But then they were brought back by Lord Krishna to Devaki so that she could feed them with milk, which was considered like prasad from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and only this way be purified. So we see that those philosophers, they are not only envious of Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are envious of devotees. And they are ridiculing Vaishnavas, devotees. And this is what Krishna says in the Gita, that they are envious and mischievous and are lowest of men. And they are cast into the ocean of material existence. What it means, they are totally overwhelmed with the problems of material existence, how to improve the condition of material existence, make it more comfortable. And then that entangles them more and more and more. On the other hand, even from the time of Lord Ramachandra, in April we celebrated Ram Navami. Lord Ramachandra was worshipped even before he appeared on this planet. And there were murtis whom devotees were worshipping them. But when Lord Ramachandra appeared, he locked one of those murtis in the closet, because he was himself as a deity present on this planet. So at some point, from time to time, Lord Ramachandra has to leave with the kingly duties his capital, Ayodhya, to travel his kingdom and take care of the matters. And once when he came back, Lakshman, he came for the darshan to have of his brother, elder brother, and brought him one brahmana, saying, "My dear Lord Ramachandra, my dear brother, look, this brahmana, he was fasting for all the time you were absent from the capital. Because otherwise, when you are present in this city, every day the brahmanas come early in the morning to get your darshan as a deity. And then they go back home and they start performing their duties. They take prasad, they offer they perform the yagyas and like that. But when you are absent, for them is like life stops. And they feel like in a suspended state of existence. So therefore, this brahmana, for all the month, he was not eating and not performing any duties, because he couldn't start his day from the darshan of yours. So please, my dear brother, do something about that, because those pure souls, those your devotees, those brahmanas, they totally and solely depend on your mercy and blessings. So as long every morning they can get your blessings by having your darshan, they can go on with their duties. If not, not. So Lord Ramachandra, he ordered to bring that murti of his and installed it, and said that when I am absent, let those brahmanas take darshan of this murti because this deity is not different from me. But what is the lesson for all of us? This is the qualification of a devotee. That Shishi Kishore Kishori, Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Gauranitai are our life and soul. When we don't take, like today, we have a Ekadashi. Maybe some of you will fast. Maybe some of you will chant more because Ekadashi is a mother of bhakti. And when we fast, what we feel? We feel hunger. But when we don't get a darshan of the Lord, do we feel hunger for the darshan of the Lord? If we are not envious of the Lord, we have to feel hunger. Like this Brahmana, even 2 million years ago, devotee of Lord Ramachandra. As long as he could not get the darshan of the Lord, that's it. His life stops. He is non-functional. He feels non-functional. Do we feel like that when we don't get the darshan of the Lord? Oh, I would like to feel hunger, to see the darshan, to get the darshan of the Lord. Because this is a blessing. Then our life gains meaning. Otherwise, it's meaningless, like we read today from this prayers of Prajapati Daksha. Then you may be intelligent and smart and speculate on the different subjects, even of devotional service, but it's dry, empty, and tasteless. But if you devote your life to Guru and Gauranga, to please the spiritual master and their lordships, then only your life gains meaning. Otherwise, we are no better than dead. And although we may look like walking, breathing, but Bhagavatam says those conditioned souls are no better than walking corpse. Doesn't matter that they look like alive, but if they are not Krishna conscious, it's in vain. Doesn't matter what you speak, like those philosophers. What's the use of speaking something if you are not aware of the presence of the Lord in your heart? What's the gain? What's the value? It's useless. So only if the one thing what you want to see in your life is Kishore Kishori, Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Gauranitai. Yes. Then you are a devotee. But if we want to see, if we hanker for different things, other things, material objects in our life, then we are compromised devotee. And maybe it sounds fanatically, but let's take examples and get inspired from those Puranic stories where we see that. Who is a devotee? What's the quality of a devotee? Who doesn't want to speak anything except Krishna Katha. And if someone approaches you with Gramya Katha or Prajalpa, there is one reply. Oh, sorry, I am busy. I have something to do, and leave the place. Otherwise, all these material talks is like a song of a crow, which leads you to suffering and hell. So that. And read more. Chant more. Discuss Krishna Katha more. And this way develop this hankering and hunger for the darshan of the Lord, for the darshan of the sadhusanga. Sadhusanga, sadhusanga, sarva shastra hoy. Lavamatra sadhusanga, sarva siddhi hoy. Every devotee is a sadhu. Just be conscious of the subject matter to discuss, Krishna. Absolute truth. So in 11th chapter, in 11th canto of Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, shloka number 30, there is a wonderful shloka saying that all devotee, everyone has to learn how to associate with devotee. How? By chanting together and discussing the Krishna Katha together. Why? Because this process is most purifying. Just association on the basis of Krishna Katha is the most powerful process. There is no other more powerful process and service. So this we have to learn. This we have to learn. And learn means, why? Because the result is you will lose taste for material subject matter. You will lose taste naturally without dealing with it. Just consciously associate with these devotees only and exclusively on the subject matter of Krishna Katha. So today is the day. Today is the day. Take a vow. Chant a little bit more. Just recently, we were in Siberia. In one city, Kemerovo, His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Maharaj was organizing a japa retreat. And there was a 4-day japa retreat. And 3 days we discussed the subject matter of the chanting of the glories of the holy name of the Lord. And on the 4th day, there was a special day of chanting. 64 devotees participating in this 4-day weekend retreat. And everyone chanted japa from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, all day long. Just took breakfast, continued chanting, took lunch, continued chanting. And this was the day of Mauna Vrata. Everyone was nothing else, just the holy name. And this is the sweet. Next day you feel like flying from happiness. So this is the real taste. This is the real happiness, by pleasing the Lord. And if you are sincere in the heart, and this is what everyone has to take care of. How pure motivation I do have in my heart. How pure motivation. And it's very easy to find out. Whatever you do, this is your motivation. We believe in what we do. So if we are engaged fully in the devotional service in the temple, in the association of devotees, you are pure devotee. So this is the day, Ekadashi. Please take advantage of it. Please, for your own benefit, not for mine, for your own benefit. Become more serious, become more conscious, and please the Lord. And it's so easy. Speak with everyone you meet about Krishna, and when you don't meet anyone, chant Hare Krishna. That's it. Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande. And one very important thing. I want to admit that how much I'm depending on your blessings. Because now we are leaving for the retreat with the 20 people. They are Krishna's friends and they are yoga practitioners, and we want to introduce them to Krishna consciousness. So I'm very much dependent on your blessings. And when I come back on Monday, I will tell you further how it was going. Okay? Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande,